Good evening, and thank you for tuning in to 18 WJTS TV. I'm Bill Potter with the WJTS TV News. A Jasper man is behind bars after police say he tried to enter an apartment that wasn't his. Officers responded to an apartment complex at 1438 Green Street in Jasper around 2:30 Tuesday afternoon for reports of a man attempting to enter an apartment. However, it was not his apartment. Police soon identified the man as 57-year-old Henry Uppenkamp and took him into custody. Uppenkamp is lodged in the DuBois County Security Center and charged with attempted residential entry, a level 6 felony. For those who have had their driver's, hunting, fishing, professional, or other license suspended because they owe child support, can take advantage of a new program that may allow them to get their license reinstated. The DuBois County Prosecutor's Office is offering the program in response to a new law passed by the Indiana General Assembly during the last legislative session. The new law takes effect January 1st, 2022. However, Prosecutor Anthony Quinn said his office will honor the reinstatement now if conditions are met. The conditions for license reinstatement are: make a payment of a lump sum equivalent to 8 weeks of the child support order. Notify the prosecutor's office that you have made the payment by calling 812-482-1818, 482-1818. The prosecutor's office confirms that the payment has been made. Once the conditions are all satisfied, the prosecutor's office will activate or reinstate the license. The license will remain active as long as child support payments remain current under the order. Child support payments are crucial to a dependent child's well-being and quality of life. Parents are reminded that child support enforcement through the prosecutor's office is not automatic, even for parents with a support order. Those who wish to pursue payment of court-ordered child support must contact the prosecutor's office to sign up for enforcement services. There is no fee for the program. And Indiana continues facing the latest wave of COVID-19 with 2,675 new cases reported on Wednesday for the state and 72 new deaths. To date, there have been a total of 976,802 cases for COVID-19 and a total of 15,413 deaths reported in the state, with 508 additional deaths ruled as probably associated with COVID-19. There have also been 115 confirmed cases of multi-system inflammatory syndrome in children. As of right now, only 56.1% of Indiana's population is fully vaccinated. DuBois County saw 14 new cases and no new deaths reported on Wednesday. The Indiana Department of Health reported a 7-day positivity rate of 13.5% amongst all tests and 25.8% amongst unique individuals. As of right now, only 60.1% of the county is fully vaccinated. For other counties as of Wednesday, Spencer has 8 new cases with 52.9% of its population vaccinated. Davies County has 23 new cases and 1 new death with only 37.7% of its population vaccinated. Martin County has 8 new cases. 42% of its population is vaccinated. Lawrence County has 20 new cases, 50.3% of its population vaccinated. Orange County has 5 new cases with 50.3% of its population vaccinated. Now, Pike County has 9 new cases and 1 new death with 44.4% of its population vaccinated. Crawford saw 7 new cases and 1 new death with 47.8% of its population vaccinated. Perry County has 8 new cases with 59.1% of its population vaccinated. And Warwick County has 23 new cases with 2 new deaths with a whopping 65.7% of its population vaccinated. 25.7% of ICU beds for Indiana District 10 are in use for COVID alone. The current recommendation to help combat the COVID-19 virus is to get vaccinated. The higher the percentage of the population that is vaccinated, the safer we all will be. To get scheduled for your first shot, go to ourshot.in.gov. You can find a complete breakdown of COVID-19 statistics by going to coronavirus.in.gov. There likely isn't a family anywhere that hasn't been impacted by substance abuse. October is National Substance Abuse Prevention Month, and October 23rd through the 31st is Red Ribbon Week. The Red Ribbon campaign reaches millions of young people every year. This year's theme is drug-free looks like me. The Centers for Disease Control report that almost 841,000 people have died from a drug overdose since 1999. In 2019, 70,630 Americans died from drug overdose. Over 70% of those deaths involved an opioid. Statistics indicate that 2020 will be even worse, with an estimated 93,000 drug overdose deaths. Studies have found that the earlier a person starts smoking, drinking, or using other drugs, the greater the chance they will become addicted. 9 out of 10 people who abuse alcohol or drugs first abused those substances before they were 18. For more information, go to our website, WJTS.tv. Indiana Attorney General Todd Rokita is expressing support for congressional hearings addressing the dangers of social media among youth. Rokita joined a bipartisan coalition of 52 attorney generals on Tuesday. The negative impact of social media on the youth has caught the attention of attorneys general across the country. Concerns have grown with the recent research from Facebook's own internal studies showing that social media is inflicting harm in the form of increased mental distress, bullying, suicide, and other self-harm on a significant number of kids. The letter, which will be entered into the congressional record, recognizes the hearings will uncover critical information about business practices that social media's companies are using to gain the attention of more young people on their platforms. Last week, in advance of the congressional hearings, Facebook announced their intent to pause the project. The attorneys general believe the project should be abandoned altogether. The attorneys general write that more engagement by the user equals more data to leverage for advertising, which equals greater profit. This prompts social media companies to design their algorithms and other features to psychologically manipulate young users into a state of addiction to their cell phone screens. In April, Attorney General Todd Rokita announced he was investigating whether Facebook, along with 4 other big tech companies, has potentially harmed Indiana consumers through business practices that are abusive, deceptive, and/or unfair. October is National Popcorn Month, and one local business is inviting everyone to celebrate. Poptoberfest takes place this Friday, October 8th, from 4 to 8 p.m. at Jasper Flowers and Gifts. Popcorn, caramel apples, prizes, music, food, and store-wide sales are just a few items scheduled to take place throughout the day. Orange Storm, a local 3-versus-3 soccer team traveling to Florida for nationals, is the event's special guest. Other features of the event include fundraising, games, pie throwing, and a silent auction. Kona Ice and Oink Incorporated Smokehouse will be providing food throughout the day. WBDC and WJTS TV personality Brian Beezer Schwank will be on hand in the pie throwing event, taking a few in the face for the team. Eating breaded pork tenderloins could win you a variety of prizes this month. October is Pork Month, and you can celebrate Porktober by visiting restaurants on the Tenderloin Lovers Trail. You can find the trail in the Indiana Culinary Trails Passport, launched by Lieutenant Governor Suzanne Crouch, the Indiana Destination Development Corporation, and Indiana Foodways Alliance. The Indiana Culinary Trails Passport is a free digital passport designed to encourage people to eat at locally owned restaurants. The Tenderloin Lovers Trail is one of the most popular IFA trails with more than 70 stops. The Indiana Soybean Alliance will also be donating $1,000 worth of, or approximately 50 gallons of high oleic soybean oil to each of the top 5 restaurants. For more information about the Indiana Culinary Trails Passport, go to visitindiana.com/cuisine or scan the QR code. Anyone can follow them on social media, Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. All prizes are available while supplies last. Now, local restaurants on the Tenderloin Lovers Trail include the Schnitzelbank Restaurant, Snaps, the Millhouse Restaurant, all in Jasper, the Post in Tell City, and 33 Brick Street in French Lick. Here's a reminder, the Jasper Street Department is shutting down a street to work on the city's infrastructure. The intersection of 14th Street and Mott Street will be closed beginning at 8 a.m. Thursday, October 7th for storm sewer replacement. Motorists will not have access to this intersection. The closure is expected to last for 2 days, depending on weather conditions or unforeseen events. And now stay tuned. Your weekly forecast, Sports with Kurt Guxell and WJTS Inform are still to come on WJTS News.